Hi, I'm Kent Wakely from Fruition Interactive, and I'm here to explain how to use WordPress to update and add content to your website. WordPress is best known as a blogging software, and the main functionality in WordPress is for adding blog posts. But it's also becoming more of a full-featured content management system, and so it also has features and functionalities for adding regular content, other basic pages that might be part of your website. And so this tutorial will cover both adding blog posts and adding pages and editing pages on your website. The first screen that you'll see when you log into a WordPress control panel is the dashboard, and it gives you sort of a bird's eye view of information about WordPress, about comments, about links, and about posts and pages that may have been posted to your site. So from here, we'll go and we'll create a new post for this website. And we're actually using the Fruition Interactive blog for our demonstration here. So we click on the posts link. If we want to edit an existing post, we can go and we can edit any one of the blog posts that's already part of the blog. But for this demonstration, we're going to go and we're going to add a new post. And let's call this post test post. And we'll just add some content here. And we'll come back and we'll play with it in a minute. Okay, so there's our basic content. You can cut and paste it from another application. If you're cutting and pasting from Word, you might want to be careful. Sometimes word processing applications will insert special characters that don't necessarily make the transition to HTML particularly well. If you are writing your content in Word and pasting it into a WordPress post, I'd recommend saving it as text within Word or your word processing software, and then posting from there. That'll get rid of any special formatting or special characters that could mess up the post. And then once we've got the content in the in the editor here, we can do all kinds of things with it. We can make it bold, we can make it italic, we can make it strike through. We can turn it into a bulleted list or into a numbered list. Sometimes what you'll find when you're making blog posts is you'll often be making reference to something that someone has written in some other source, whether it's another website, another blog, or something like that. It's a really common application of blogging. And so you know, if you want to attribute your quote and set it off from the stuff that you've written, you can use that little quote, the little block quote function there, and that will set that content off as a quote. You can left align your content, you can center it, you can right align it, as you see right here. Also, it's pretty common when people are making blog posts to write a brief summary or have a couple of sentence teaser about the post, and then have more content that appears on a full page version of the posting. The way you would divide that up is just to use this little more tag here. Everything that appears above the more tag will appear on your blog main page, will appear on the category and archives pages and things like that, and anything that appears below will appear on the permalink page, as it's sometimes called, for that blog posting. There's a spell checker, and there's some more robust editing tools, but we're not going to cover that right now. Another common thing to do is to create a link to another site, and we'll cover how to do that here. You highlight the text, click on the link icon. You can enter your URL. I happen to have one ready there to speed this process up. If you're creating a link to a third-party site, that is a page that isn't on your own website, it's a good idea to open that link in a new window. It's a convention that users have come to expect, and it's what we recommend from a usability perspective here at Fruition Interactive. And there's your link. When this is published to your website, people will be able to click on that and will be able to visit the site or the page that you specified in that URL entry. Another common task is adding an image to a posting. WordPress allows you to post images, allows you to post video, it allows you to post music, and allows you to post other kinds of media as well. The process for doing that is really similar across all different media types, so we'll just cover the image, adding an image to a posting, because that's the most common thing that you'll be doing. It's also sort of representative of the other kinds of media insertion activities that you might do. So we'll add an image, click add an image. When you add an image, you can either upload one from your computer, You can bring one in from another website, another place on the web. Or if you've already uploaded an image, you can go and find one that's already in your media library. Because we don't have anything in our media library, and because this is sort of the more complex instance, we'll upload from your computer. So we'll go and we'll select the file. I'll just select this screenshot that I was working with earlier for another option. So this gives you a little thumbnail of your image. You can give it a title. You can add the title. You can give it an alt tag. I'll just, for the sake of ease, I'll just use that. You can give it a caption. You can give it a description. And how those captions and descriptions get used depends on the WordPress theme that you happen to have in effect at that given moment. You can choose to align your image not at all to the left, specifically to the left, to the center, or to the right. WordPress will also do some resizing on your image if you want. You can post it as a thumbnail, as a medium-sized image, as something larger, or the original size of the post. We're just going to keep this small and simple right now, so we'll select thumbnail and insert into post. And there we go. If we want to make changes to that, we can select it and click on the edit image icon that pops up, and we'll get to change some of our options. So we'll get to scale it down. We'll get to make it smaller. Or if we want to get rid of it altogether, we can click on it and click the delete image button. So we'll do that now. If you're ready to publish this, obviously you wouldn't publish this specific content to your blog, but if you are ready to publish, you can go ahead and press the publish button. If you want to take a look at how this would look in your blog once it is published, you can click the preview button, and that will open up another window there, and that's the way it looks within the context of your blog, and that's the way this particular post would look in the context of the Fruition Interactive blog. If you're not interested, if you're not ready to publish this, but you've done a lot of work on it, you don't have to redo that work, and you just want to save a draft, you can click the Save Draft button and go off and do whatever else it is that you want within WordPress. So that's adding a post to your website using WordPress. The other similar activity is pages, and these are instead of blog posts, these tend to be static content within your website. You can edit any pages that are already in your queue here, or you can add a new page, and we'll do that. This should look really familiar to you. It's very similar to the adding a post. You would do new page, give it a title, give it some content. You can do all of the formatting things here that you could do with a regular page. I'm not sure what a more tag would do actually in a page context. I don't think it would actually do anything at all. You can choose, blog posts typically have comments on them. Pages sometimes do and sometimes don't. You can choose here whether you want to allow comments and trackbacks on a page. Generally speaking, you probably want to disable comments on a page and just save that for the blog, but every website is different. You can, some WordPress themes will have different templates that you can use. In this case, we've got the default template as well as an archives and links page. Generally speaking, you'd want to stick to the default template page. Again, you've got the same publishing options. You can save a draft. You can preview the page within your browser. If you want to publish it later, and this goes for posts as well, say you want to publish sometime in the future, you've got some content that you don't want to have go live just yet. Maybe you want to have it a month from now or a day from now, or you want it posted on the weekend, you can change the date in here. You can save draft, publish it. If you want to change the order in which a page appears within the navigation, you can change that here. You can also have pages that have subpages of them. So as it says right here, for example, you could have an about page that has life story and my dog pages under it. There are no limits to how deeply nested you can make pages. We'd recommend Fruition Interactive not going more than 2 or at the maximum 3 pages deep into subpages. And that's it. That is adding and editing content in your website using WordPress.